Proud of the guys, the way they fought and battled. Tough place to play. Really good football team in Baylor. Knew we had to do some things to come in here and win the game. We had to create some turnovers. We had to kind of win the time of possession battle because we knew it was going to be 95 degrees and didn't have as many players going on the road. And we played a lot of guys. We had to because we had guys injured, plus it was hot. Battled in the first half. I didn't think we played great on defense. Made some adjustments and did a good job for a little while. That number one's a great player. He's an NFL kid that obviously knows. We knew we had a mismatch nightmare on the kid and did a good job in the third quarter, but tied it up at the end of the second quarter, which was big to get it 17-17, and then did some really good things with a 97-yard drive and then a short field and getting a touchdown. And obviously we get up 2 scores and they throw it to that big kid 3 times and they're right down there and they get a score, and I knew they'd go for 2. That's kind of what the book says. And all that being said, I thought our guys showed great resolve, only being up 6 and driving the football. And unfortunately, we throw an interception. The guy makes a great play, and I didn't see the film on it yet, guys. Avery played a great football game, and whether or not, however the play was, they blitzed and the kid made a play and goes down and scores. And that's a kid making a play. And we'll look at the film and come back and have a drive. And obviously we wish we'd gotten in the end zone, but on 4th down from the 4, we wanted to take the lead, and we did that. And then they make a nice drive, but our defense does a really good job. And that kid bangs a 55-yard field goal, and all I'd say, we got to resolve and come back and have a chance. So disappointing loss, obviously, because we've lost a handful of games by 1 score, and this one's by a point, and you don't get those back. I know that, and that's what's frustrating for these kids is we don't get them back. But we've played better the last 2 weeks.
Did you consider going for it?
Yeah, we did. We talked about what our 2nd down call was, what our 3rd down call was. We had the 2nd down call. They dropped coverage on somebody across the middle, but the blitz came so fast. And I was going to kick myself if we didn't get any points out of that. And we thought we'd get the score on 3rd down, and we didn't. And Wells and I talked. And if we had been at the 2, we probably would have, but it was back at the 4. And
Coach, you were the 2nd down at the 4, 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
2 incompletions using 1 second.
I don't know if the time, I agree, at the end, the time was gonna be a big thing. I'll have to talk to Matt of hindsight, what he thought on that. But we thought we had a play dialed up, and we really did on the 2nd down, honestly. And then they blitzed it, and we I don't know if we didn't pick it up. I don't know what happened because they cut a tight end loose and we couldn't get back to it. But you're right, obviously we should have probably run the football there. I'll have to talk to Matt and see what the thought was, but regardless, we got to score a touchdown there, whether that's on 2nd, 3rd down, or get it, if they don't face mass Jason, his helmet doesn't come off, we already scored.
What do you think you guys were able to put so many methodical drives together when things were going good for you?
Probably pretty good balance in the run game and as well as the pass game. And just the ability to move the chains and not have a ton of explosive plays, but we needed to try to keep that great offense on the sideline. And so we struggled there in the middle of after the first drive when we marched down here easily. There was a long stretch in there. We didn't put anything together, and then we did right before half, which I think probably gave our offense a little bit of life. And then we were able to do some things rushing the football. I mean, we rushed for 160, threw for 330. We did a lot of things that would allow us to win the football game, but the pick 6 was a big thing, and then us breaking down a few times in coverage against a really good player.
Did you see anything on that block field goal?
Didn't yet. I knew it was probably 5 yards too far for what we wanted to. We were hoping to get another 5 or 7 yards. Got tremendous amount of faith in Luis, but that we gave ourselves a chance is the only thing.
Any thoughts of running another play before you took that final timeout?
No, because we were a little bit nervous about getting down to 6 seconds and can you get a play off, and You know, it's hard. You know, you could have run the ball and you're not gonna get down fast enough and they were gonna play the sideline, but, not really.
What went into some of the usage of Dylan today? Just didn't see him much in that first quarter. And
Yeah, I think he was banged up, honestly. I know he wasn't 100%, but I don't have anything from the medical people, other than I know he's been battling something with his foot or his ankle. And so we had to use some other guys. And you know, when you're in the flow of the game, it's like whoever can go, can go. We were trying to figure out so many things on defense that I don't really know, other than the fact that I know he was hurting out there.
The last 9 minutes, they were, I mean, purely just pedal to the metal on offense. How hard is it to stop that team when they take that approach?
Well, it's really hard unless we double trig every play. You know, the kid's a great player, and guys, we know that the quarterback's a really, really good player, and we held them to 64 plays, which they're averaging 80-some plays, but wasn't good enough, honestly. You know, they got a really good offense. They complement each other because they've got some other wide receivers. I think the Washington's a good running back as well. We didn't play well on defense in late in the first quarter and the second quarter when we gave up some drives, and we settled in a little bit. But it's going to happen against a really good offense like that. It's going to be hard to slow them down the whole time.
If I had told you were gonna have 3 empty possessions in a row in the first half and you were in the game at the end, I thought that was crazy.
No, other than the fact of we got a couple of takeaways that probably helped us immensely there. The one interception in the end zone at the 2-yard line and then getting the strip fumble. That was the only way for us to stay in the game with us struggling. And I was kind of surprised the way we drove the ball in the first drive that we did struggle after that. But and we finally got into a little bit of a rhythm. You know, we did things well enough to win, but we didn't earn the win, and that's why we're walking out of here with a 1-point loss and a lot of woulda, shoulda, couldas, and that's the game of football. And I'm disappointed for our guys. I'm disappointed for our fan base. Tough place to play. 2 really good football teams. The one thing I'd say, Fitz, is, and I know our record doesn't speak to that, we played more K-State football the last 2 weeks. And I'm proud of that. I'm still pissed we lost, but I'm proud of the resolve and the resilience that we've shown the last couple weeks, with our backs against the wall, really, as individuals and as people. And because being a leader's hard, and being out in front is and I'm going to take the bullets for the guys because they lay it on the line, and that's all I asked them to do the last 2 weeks is lay it on the line, play for each other, play with great energy, play with physicality, and enjoy the game, and I'll take the result. And so, as a leader, I have to take a lot of the hits for those guys because that's my job. And I'll battle for those guys because they battled for each other the last 2 weeks. And if we battle like that and we prepare like that, we're going to win a lot of football games. And now we got to stay together in tough times. I know that, and we've already dealt with some tough times. But if we keep battling and keep playing and keep preparing and practicing, good things are going to happen because I believe in those kids, and I'll take the heat. I know that's part of the business and part of the gig. It's part of being a leader. It's why if everybody, you know, if it were sunny and 70 and you won every game 30 to nothing, everybody'd want to be a head coach. Sometimes this business and this position sucks.
Is there anything you can stress with the guys when you do have a string of 1-loss games in a season like this? I mean, I don't know what buttons you push, but what do you say to the guys?
You stay the course, honestly. You try not to point fingers. A couple of the 1-score games, in reality, early in the season, we probably didn't deserve to win. I thought we did enough things to maybe deserve the win, but we didn't earn the win. So it's not like they're not trying to win. It's not like they're, I mean, those guys laid it on the line, and I'm going to keep battling for them, and they're going to keep battling for each other. And I know everybody's disappointed, and I'm disappointed, but I told the guys that was K-State football the last 2 weeks. Now we're going to keep this thing going because there's a lot of football in front of us with a really, really good schedule and a lot of fun opportunities for us.
Anything else?